Thank you, my dear. Thank you. It's very good. We should add louder. Oh, okay. Picture is not showing. Here it's showing. You getting the video, everyone? Yes, they get. Maybe somewhere something wrong. I think we should add one more thing to that. If you feel you're enlightened, then spend a weekend with your family. We should add one more thing. If you ever feel you're enlightened, make the the time is a bit strong. He's doing well, no? She's doing well. Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. So Radha was saying just before Satsang started that suddenly some happiness was coming and the mind was coming and saying, how can you be happy? The ego is back. The ego is back means what? It's just another thought.
Just like getting clearer, like even before there was never any ego. Like I don't know, it feels it's like there's a lot more thoughts than probably a few months back. And really the ego is never there as such, never ever there. But it's trying to give me a sense that you are attaching more to thoughts or
So let's start with not attaching to this thought.
yeah. I exactly don't know what I have to say. I could be in the mind for quite a while and it feels like something wants to be there and it's not nice, but I don't know what's going on.
So because the ego never existed,
It's really never there. It's never there.
it's never
It's
there.
never there.
It's never there.
But sometimes I
So,
feel like I'm operating from identifying from a thought and it's happening.
okay, let's look at this together. What is the ego? The ego is having the sense of a personal existence.
Yeah.
And the sense of having a personal existence is not possible without buying into a thought or a concept of myself. But even when the concept is bought, doesn't mean that the ego actually comes into existence.
It's very clear.
Is it? That's very clear. Very good. So just because I'm believing myself to be a cat doesn't make me a cat. So now, if belief comes back to all the cat thoughts, can you actually become a cat? You see? So it is the mind itself, thoughts themselves, saying, what are you so happy about? You're a cat again. But
Yeah,
you
it's
see that that is not
actually,
possible.
I see that's not possible. See that I don't like, there is this I that doesn't like being identified.
Yes, okay. So which I is that?
That's what I've been trying to find, Father, because this one, I cannot really find, but there is a big problem identifying with the one that doesn't like behaving from the ego. And it itself is kind of getting into a loop. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes,
The person that doesn't want the person,
exactly.
I'm not able to get out of that.
You're out of it. Now you're out of it. Now you're out of it. Now.
Then I keep checking now. It becomes like a non-stop all throughout the day. It's not natural. I'm not complaining, but
I
this is
know, I
what I
know.
see, Father. And
Yes.
then, but
Remember,
there are really like moments when I check, like you say, with integrity, and then I see that nobody else is here.
yes.
And I see that all this heart wants is to be in truth, like, to live as truth. And then when I'm about running throughout the day, then it's like again the whole burden of, oh, you're identifying this identity comes back. But it's very
Okay.
clear I don't want to identify.
Who does the identity belong to?
Whom does any identity belong to? Yeah.
Yes. You say, I don't want to identify, and I am not happy that belief is going back to thoughts. And there's so many more thoughts here now. I don't like it.
Mm.
So the one that can get identified is which one?
The one that's here.
Huh?
The one
Which
that's
one
here.
is that?
Just me, the real me.
Yeah? Which one is that? Something is not like
Oh no,
it's okay. Okay, so which one is that?
just the one that's here. I can't say what it is.
Is it the same one who you're saying that I run about whole day or something like this?
No, it's not the same one. The one that it feels so constricted all throughout the day because it's so scared that it's going to believe thoughts. And
Okay, is
and
there one who's scared?
I
Who's the one who feels scared of thoughts? Does the one who has the power of belief?
this one I don't like.
Which one?
This one.
This question you don't like, or you don't like the one who has the power of belief?
The question.
The question. Good. Because not liking God might not be a great idea.
God. This is where like something's.
Nothing is happening. There is one who has the power of belief. Is there another one who's scared of identification?
It feels like that.
There are
I'm
two.
going to be very true right
Yeah,
now. It
yeah.
feels like that.
So now let's find out which one is the true one. First, let's see who has the power of belief. Okay, so the one that is here has the power of belief. Now, who's running scared of this belief?
I don't want to look at that because
Because
I don't know why.
you must look. Anytime, this is a good tip. Any time we feel like, I don't want to look at this, in something
It feels almost like I'm believing thoughts, and there's this one that doesn't want to believe thoughts, and I give more credit to the one that doesn't want to believe thoughts.
yes, which one is this one? That is running scared of thoughts. So the one that does not want to believe thoughts, is that itself not a belief? Can it survive without any belief?
No, it can't.
So it is the belief itself. It is the sense of, this is what one of the subtlest tricks of the mind is. It tries to use even the pointing in satsang as a strategy for itself. You see? So it takes that which is meant to attack the ego as a defense for the ego itself.
It's a big, like, it's the biggest thing it has thrown here.
Yes.
Because that it's like belief itself is what you can get out of the mind, and it itself takes it up, and I see it, Father, but somehow it's not dropped. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see it. I see the mind playing, and but it can just keep playing, and
So let's drop now.
right now it's not there.
Then you can't say it's not drop.
Like right now it's just saying the same thing like it would say at the beginning when you start satsang, like, oh, it just starts.
And we still fall for this one?
It's been going on like that though.
You should do that cricket thing, that baseball example.
I've been doing like just hit the road jack these like this whole
Yes.
day, like, and sometimes it can get really funny.
Yeah.
So it gets very constricted, like really, because it sounds funny right now, but since I feel like the presence is here in my face so tightens up so much, like as though it's like, hold on, don't believe. I don't know what's going on. But it's so weird, like because at the same time, I can just watch the whole play going on.
Yes.
Just watch it. Like I know it's not real, but so it's kind of strange. Like before satsang, I would be identified and not really know that I'm watching. But now I know that I'm watching. It's very clear. And then it uses everything that it has heard, like, oh, you were still enjoying the game, so you're still, all or everything, like this checker, everything, like one after the other.
Okay. Let's do one thing.
But I'm not really complaining right now. But it's not nice.
I say the mind. Huh? You say hit the road, Jack.
Yeah.
Or what do they say in Bangalore? No, Bangaloreans say. Huh? Huh. They say move along. You're back to being a person again.
You become the tape recorder. You put your voice in my head, and that will
Yeah.
be good.
So you back to being a person again. You lost it. All the freedom that you had, you lost it. You believe too many thoughts. You're not saying move along or something.
So sweet to hear you. You
Don't
can
get
sit
fall
in
for
my
this one
head.
sweetness.
Like you can't believe somebody else's thoughts. It's, I can't believe what you're saying.
Or same content, no?
Yeah.
You're
Like
really losing it.
it I was telling Anandi, like the one that got me is like you're addicted to your thoughts now.
Yeah.
And that got me like, and then something had to like really bring that into inquiry. Okay.
The cigarette itself was packaged saying you're
Yeah.
addicted to cigarettes.
Yeah. It's then I saw it's just going on there, and I have to just bring back just that space to just watch it.
Okay. There's a I hiding in all this.
Yeah. The one that doesn't like believing.
Yeah. And the I which is a, I just have to do this. I just have to
Mm.
bring it back.
Mm.
Which one is this one?
It almost feels like if I find this one, the one that's trying to protect, not believing, like if I leave this one, then be a complete mess.
That's a
As though it's
very
not a mess now.
and it's the same story. If I don't
Yeah.
rely on this one, then God will
Yeah.
make a mess out of it.
Yeah. Feels like God wants to believe all the thoughts.
And you need to help him come out of it.
Don't you see how messy it is?
Yes, with this guy is called the seeker.
I'm going to tell you everything that it's saying. Like it
Okay.
says, like the presence is not so strong anymore, and so the presence is weak. So the mind is taken over. Uh, and I believe it, Father, seriously, like because it's Krishna is not being nice.
Huh? Huh? What? Krishna is not being nice.
I'm
Where did
sorry.
that come from?
I don't know.
Where's Krishna? Is there? No?
Oh,
Hello.
I didn't mean that, Krishna. It's like when I really inquire, there's nobody else here. And what is this playing out?
Who wants to know?
Hmm.
If you need to rely on some idea from the past, then know that this is not the true you. So you need to rely on the fact that something has been happening to me. Then it is not the real you which you are talking about. Right here, what is here now? Who's here now?
I'm here.
Do you have a past? Are you bound in some way?
Like, I can't say I'm free and I'm bound either.
Neither free nor bound? Does the concept apply to you? So does something change for this one? Is there anybody else here?
But right now, I don't want to say there's nobody else here.
Because there is someone?
Like, I can say I'm here. I'm going to speak from now because I don't want to speak from what I've
Yes.
seen before.
Yeah.
And I'm so clear that there's nobody else. But
So I am here. Then who else is here?
well, I can't say you're not here. as
But I meant
here. There's
here.
only
Yeah.
me. Yeah, there's only this.
So you say that this one doesn't have a past, cannot be bound or free. So what's wrong then?
It's the one that wants the appearance to be a certain way.
Where is that one?
Screaming right now.
Screaming as what?
It's just a thought.
Just a thought. What is it screaming? What is it screaming? It's too vicious to speak out. What it's screaming? It's not audible yet screaming.
Quiet. No, father.
So, like a child, if it comes and starts screaming in front of you, do you become it? You can never be just the voice in your head.
I can never become it. I can never ever become it.
Yes. And yet, when it screams,
There's a buying. And that's why I'm here to not buy. But then it itself says you've been going to Satsang, but you're still buying
don't
that.
buy this. Okay, don't buy this. Gone. Next.
I'm not buying it now.
Huh?
I'm not buying it
Buying it.
now. I'll be frank, when I go home, there's a tendency to buy it. And then,
And then what
like,
happens?
buying out of fear mostly, like,
And then what happens to you?
nothing happens to me, father.
The one that is saying that you must not buy it when you go home is also a thought.
So I just buy it. If it's bought, it's bought. That's it.
This one don't buy now.
I'm
What happens
sorry.
when I go home? Don't buy that. This is what I do when I go home. Don't buy that.
When you say don't buy that, immediately there's fear because the immediate
Okay, okay,
identification with
don't
the
buy
one
that.
that feels like
What is it's experientially felt the fear.
fear.
Okay, don't buy any interpretation of it. Who's getting scared?
Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody. So let the fear come now.
don't want to be speaking from the mind, but
But
the one that wants to know when I stop believing thoughts is also the thought.
yes,
It's like you've told me just believe your thoughts, then there's this. That was not why I came to Satsang.
who? Really, who? Who came to satsang? Okay, this is good.
Something just like is like fighting this, like I am in Satsang to drop everything.
Yeah, who? Who is in satsang? Seriously, who? The one that came to satsang to drop everything, that one can leave. Who sees it? This one can leave. Now what is left? This is very, very primal, you see. They say, I came to satsang for this. I wanted freedom. I wanted to get to know myself. This is only the checklist. This I came for this. And ultimately, when it is, and ultimately it is seen that I am not getting any of this. The light is being shown on me. Who is this I? And something just, this is not what I came for. I really, or it says, oh, I really wanted to drop this I.
Still fighting.
This is the
Because it's
crunch.
scared, because if it goes, then it's gonna be like God's gonna mess up.
Because this one will keep saying all kinds of things. It was so nice, and now it's not so
It was so
nice.
nice.
What am I still doing here? It's time to go. Life is telling me enough.
Oh, how to drop, like how to just
Who's
drop
speaking
itself.
now? Who's
Yeah.
speaking now? Who's this one?
Feel like I can't check.
Who can't check?
I'm scared.
Who's scared?
There's really no checking going on right now. I don't know what's
Yes.
going on.
Who are you?
I don't want to look at you. I don't know what's going
Who
on,
doesn't want to look
Father.
at you? Who doesn't want to look?
I don't know. Oh God.
Coming. Who doesn't want to check?
It's such a blank right now. Really, like such a
And who are you?
blank.
Blank is seen by who?
By me.
Which me? Is this me also blank?
There's almost a wanting to say, even this one is not me. Doesn't feel like me. Like
Which one?
doesn't the one that's here. And then the fear comes.
Let it come.
I'm sorry, I'm just not going to leave this. There's like almost
Yes.
like a sense of doubt. Sorry if I'm boring everybody, but I'm not going to leave this today.
It's not boring.
Got you here. Let the muffin go. Finished. Okay, I'll come after some time, okay? Shauna, please close the door. Father, I'm not even here. I'm just not here.
What does it mean? I'm not here.
Even this conversation, I'm not this.
Yes.
It doesn't feel. Doesn't feel like me.
And what does me feel like?
I don't know. Almost want to say there is no me.
There is no me. If there is no me, then is there any trouble?
Not until I buy a thought.
Say,
Not until I buy a thought.
not until you buy a thought.
It's almost like I want to go buy a thought.
You want to go by thought? Because you're missing the me already.
Feels like that, yes. I'm not making all this up, no? Am I?
This is not a thought.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
So this one that's here doesn't call itself me at all.
Yeah,
Me that I always felt I was
yes.
really doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
So I don't feel like calling this me. I don't know why, but it is me in a way.
But there's nothing personal about this I.
Still feels iffy.
Still feels iffy for who? How is it supposed to feel? So still feels iffy is also a thought.
It's almost like there's a sense of wanting to make up something.
Yes.
Just,
And this is what?
hmm?
This is also a thought.
Yeah.
I want to make up something is also a thought.
Why am I itching to buy a thought, Father?
This is also a thought. Are you itching to buy the thought that you are itching to buy the thought? It's called habit. And Robert had said, just recently moved back with my parents when we were talking about at the beginning of Satsang. We were saying, if you feel you're enlightened, spend a weekend with your parents. And Deepika said, same, same, Robert. Claire said, dearest Ananta, I lay all power of belief and the one who can believe at your feet forever. It has no value. Thank you. Bahare is here. She says, Namaste, Father. May I come up next? You can come.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Father, there is so much running into my head,
Yes.
and what is present is that something is also running away once I'm
Something is running away.
once I'm at your presence. Um,
Huh?
so there is a enormous uh, fear
Yes.
of uh, your power, uh, uh, and it's funny. And at the same time, there is a lot of sweetness. It's like I want to jump over and bite you, like swallow the whole of you. And uh, there is laughter, there is confusion, and listening to your guidance. At the same time, I see I'm not to identify myself with any of these,
Yes.
neither with the joy, nor with the fear, nor and uh, yes, may I have your guidance?
Yes, you have it. You say, I'm not to identify with any of these things. And what is the way to identify? It's just to believe what your thoughts are saying about them. So don't identify with any of this. And who are you now? Unidentified with all that is appearing. Who are you?
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much, Father. No words are coming at the moment.
Very good. You wanted to swallow me up. It looks like I swallowed you up. The same, same. That's the beauty of this question. The who am I will swallow you up. Okay, Nick can come.
Hello.
Hello, my dear.
Hello, long time no see.
Hey, good to see
Just
you.
can you
Namaste.
yeah, can you hear well?
We can hear well. Is there an echo coming back to you, or how is it for you?
No. Yeah, it's a little bit, but let's go for it. I just wanted to say I'm here with my beloved companion who you followed the story along. So she's here with me. She came
Namaste.
and jumped into my treacherous life of
Ah,
here now. So And I just wanted to say I'm having all my buttons pressed, so
Yeah.
I'm really happy with that. And I'm being tested completely.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to
What use
introduce you to Mara.
of what use is a relationship if it doesn't even press our button?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's very, very clear to me, Ananta, that uh, my whole experience of almost a year being separated has chiseled my true self distinct away from the personhood. And now that she's here, I feel so personally satisfied, you know, in body sensation, you know, the natural playing of life. But at the same time, there's a very strongly funded selfness here, which is seeing the whole play from the mountaintop, you know,
Yes.
seeing very clearly from the position of truth, you know. So as I said to you, I'm feeling blessed by being challenged by her, by her fears, and all those tigers and snakes that have you know challenged me as well along the way. So it's a bit like sharing from my truth with my beloved, you know, sharing and showing her the pit holes and showing her the the invasive mind and how it works and how it will always come, and this is beautiful. So I feel very happy to report that to you. And I've been watching Guruji's Rishikesh satsangs, which I wasn't able to go this time, and I feel maybe, who knows, maybe next year I feel we're going to all be together somehow. So um, so so I don't know if Maru would like to say something perhaps now.
I'll be very happy to hear if she has.
Namaste. I feel graced to be here. It's like this light, you know, like a spotlight, and it feels very nurturing. And as I look this journey that I've been walking, I see myself going towards the top of the mountain. And I feel I'm in this station that says, okay, now you stay here. And as I feel this womb, because I feel like I'm literally in the womb of Mother Earth, and as I allow myself to be in this womb, I'm encountering my mother's womb. And it comes the issue of surviving. And it says, okay, here's the womb you wanted for so long. Okay, you're in Mother Earth womb. And I feel like I have to learn from the emptiness, from allowing myself to be totally empty and graceful, and as I do that, allow this functioning of this body to happen. But there is a part that I know is not me, that urges to have this oasis. And I say, okay, so when is it happening? You know, because don't all of us want to be awake? I want to be awake. I'm like, now, you know? And then comes, who wants to be awake? Who is in our search? I'm like, oh, I know all that. You know, I just have to relax. Oh. So I want to be swallowed by this, who am I? You know? You know? And I enjoy very much pressing on his buttons. and I came into a stage that I say, okay, go on, press mine. Fine. I'm not afraid anymore, you know? So we came into a very nice stage of this relationship where, okay, no more hiding, you know? It's nowhere to run. There's one thing that still is, and is love. I just love him, you know? I just realized that this is what always stayed. Everything went back and forth, and love's still here, you know. So it's a process of enlightenment, you know, relationship. I came into this, you know, I'm looking into myself as I look at him. All my fears, all my grace is one. So I don't know if there is a question inside here. Well, there is. Who am I? Still here. Still here.
Yes.
If I may, just add something that we've been talking about a lot, which I think centralizes around survival. And as you know, Ananta, I'm in this place here, in this paradise, in this. But I want to say more about the here now paradise, not the physical, geographical, which it is as well. But I'm very submitted to the trust that Grace is taking care of me every split second of my life, and I am tired of thinking that I run the game. And Mauda now comes along with a sort of, how would I say, is transmuting into this new space, having had to live herself so many years by her own efforts and struggles and so forth. And the ping pong between us has been very much, yes, but she says, you know, she says, no, but let's, we got to do this. No, let's go and do that. And I'm saying, whoa, wait a minute. Just come back to yourself. Is this coming from you? Or is it coming from some anxiety about the future, about, this is 100% clear for me. However, the buttons get pressed, and I do find myself getting a little bit shaky sometimes, as much as I love her, because there's a jeopardizing energy of, oh my God, if she wants to go there and do that project and leave this inverted commas paradise, I lose my beloved. So I already got into some kind of strategy where I was doubting the so-called 100% trust that I had, that everything is being taken care of, everything will be provided, food, shelter, and all the basic survival instincts that we have that drive this personhood. So we're on that level now where I'm being tested chronically, you know. Okay, you really believe this? And I'm seeing an answer that I really do believe, in a lazy man's way to enlightenment, so to speak, that everything is being taken care of. And I will not sell my soul. I will not sell my soul and myself. I know that if I stay in silence and I stay in my heart, everything will be taken care of. And this is what I would love to share with her. And I felt that she had a little bit of a, you know, an itch. And I said, baby, come to put this in the hot seat to Ananta. And I could see from the smile in her face that she knew what the question was fundamentally about, you know. So this is my joy. My joy is to transmit this grace and trust that we are all being taken care of by just being silent, just being quiet, you know. Um,
Very good, very good. So I'm very happy to hear from both of you. And actually, she said something to me which is, for me, the best invitation, where she said the urge is here to be swallowed up by the question, who am I? And I'm actually very happy anytime I meet one who has this urge. And if you're open to inquiring together, I feel now we can check who I am. Because the recognition is always this instant, you see. And just help me with your name, Mandala, is it? How, I didn't get the name correctly. Can you correct me
oh,
with the
sorry,
font?
yeah, there was a blank. It's Maura.
Maura.
Maura. Maura.
Maura. Maura.
Yeah.
Maura.
Maura.
In
Okay.
English, they call me Mora because they can say Maura.
Maura.
So you can say Mora. Maura.
I can work with Maura and see if I still don't get
Yeah.
it right. Maura is okay.
She
Maura.
Ananta, she has a spiritual name, if you find it easier. Shandini. Shandini.
Maura is
Chandini.
okay.
Okay.
So with full integrity and honesty, if I was to ask you, what is it that you believe now? What would
What?
you say? What is it that
What?
you believe yourself to be now? In full honesty, what would you say?
What I believe to be myself now.
Yes.
Presence.
Presence.
Presence. If I
Present.
have, to bring a word, if there is a word for it, presence would be the word.
Very good. It's very good. This presence, is it your experience or is it a belief? Is it your
Is it your
experience?
experience?
Or is it your belief?
Belief or experience?
Is an experience. It's
Experience.
not a it's
Very,
not a belief. I feel.
very good. Very good.
Let's say I'm feeling that.
Very good. So if you are this presence, is there anything presence?
This presence, I see, it shows me an image like a very settled lake.
Okay. Let's make it even simpler for you. Because what you are doesn't even need any visualization or imagination. We don't need any of that. To simply come to terms with this presence, you just have to check. Can I stop being now? Can you stop being?
Stop being?
Being,
No.
yes. No. So this being
It's here.
that can is here, yes. Yes. So this being that is here, does it have a plan about life?
There's a,
Oh. Eh, the presence doesn't have a plan.
Doesn't have a plan. Then who does?
That's the who.
So,
Ah, this who is being rang around for some time.
yes. So either there are two of you, either there
Yeah.
is the and there is Mara, or there is just the presence which is here. The presence doesn't have a plan. So there must also be a Mara, isn't it? So where is the Mara?
This be a Maura? Where is the Maura?
Yes. Yes.
Maura is here as well.
Where?
Here as well. In this
The body? Body is Mara?
body is an expression of Maura.
Okay. So there is the presence and there is a Mara who has a plan, who has also this body, who has also these relationships, who also has
Right.
concerns about security, who also wants freedom. Yeah.
Who wants
So
freedom?
this Maura we must find now.
Yes.
The same Maura, no? The presence is already free,
Yeah.
isn't it? Now, and some good news is that in Satsang for the last maybe more than 2 years, we've had $1,000 award or a prize for anyone who can show me this person. And nobody has claimed it so far. In Satsang, for the last 2 years, we've had $1,000 prize for anyone who can show this person to me. The person to me. The Maura. So if you can show Maura, then you can make $1,000 now. Can you show her?
Who is Maura? Who is Maura? Can you show your Maura? Who is Maura?
I don't understand the question.
Let me say, I understood an answer. Just say you could be given $1,000 if you can show who Maura is right now. Tell Ananta, who is Maura right now? Who is this Maura right now?
Maura is the one that is been fighting all this time. That's
So
what Maura is.
So I say she doesn't exist. I say she doesn't exist. Show me she is real. You show me she is real. And you get $1,000.
Ananta says you don't exist. Maura does not exist. So tell him that you exist, that Maura exists.
No, you're totally right. Maura doesn't exist. It's been playing, como é que se diz? It's been playing
Person.
a model full of beliefs
and suffering
and sadness, and she doesn't exist. But if this presence is aware of this non-existence of Maura, why is still suffering happening?
Because presence wanted to play as if it was Maura. And now, if the urge is there to find out who you are, that means that presence doesn't want to play so much as Maura anymore. And you see that never was. It was just an idea. Just like we've had so many ideas about ourselves. You see? So Maura also was another idea that we had about ourselves. Now, something there must be getting tired of the idea of Maura. Therefore, the urge has come to really. And in this question, who am I? This Maura will get swallowed up and only the presence will remain. Because the body is not Maura. You yourself say body is not Maura. Because body is not interested in future plan, is not interested in relationship, is not interested in money in the bank account, and is definitely not interested in freedom. So the body cannot be Maura. So this one, I already tell you that Maura does not exist, but you can prove me wrong. You must look for this Maura and prove me wrong. And after looking and looking, if you see that there is no Maura, there is only presence. I am the presence. Then all this trouble about future and relationship and even about freedom will not bother you. Because as the presence, you are untouched by any of this. So it is only a wrong idea that we had about ourselves, which was, I am a person. Now we see that there is actually no person. There never was. Only God or presence pretending as if it is a person.
I know that's the truth.
Yes.
Everything you're saying It's like, yes, the present says yes is the truth. The truth that was known even before you said it. It is. It's always been here.
Exactly.
But then comes this voice. Then comes this voice again, and it's my mom's voice.
Yes.
And this mom says, yes, but you have a body that needs to be supported. You know, you want to have this presence, but you need to function.
Yes. So this voice actually the cause of all the trouble, because what it is saying actually is saying that the presence can't take care of the body. The presence is that useless that it can't take care of the body. Therefore, a Maura, which never existed, is not here. That one must come to take care of the body. Yeah? How can the non existent one take care of anything? Only that which exists,
Mhm.
is the presence itself, is running this entire universe. You see, not just the body. So much right now is happening in the body. The heart is beating, all the processes are happening, millions and millions of cells are moving about. Is Maura doing them? Or is the presence doing it? Who's breathing now? Who's beating the heart? Who's digesting the food? There is nothing that Maura can do because Maura never existed. And the good news is that you know this already. It's just that the voice of your mind still gets some belief from you sometimes. But this belief will stop and you will find that everything continues to flow as it was meant to, as the presence wants it to. See? So the mind will come and say, but if you just believe in the presence, if you just experience the presence, then your life will become terrible. Without Maura, God will mess up your whole life. But God has been running your life. There has been no Maura. See, so the real question, who am I, is to check, am I Maura or am I the presence? And the mind will do everything in its power to take you away from this question. Not just the mind, actually, even everything around you also might seem to want to push your buttons even more. Nick will start
Yes.
behaving even more badly. Everything will become more and more distracting away from this looking. You see, because the ego is scared of this looking. Because the discovery is so simple. And if you just look, you will see it is true. Already you are saying it's true. But the mind will come up with its games. You see, it'll say, but what about this? But why is it like this? You know, all kinds of things. And it is in the believing of this mind that we have believed ourselves to be somebody that doesn't exist. And as we are dropping the belief in this mind, you will see that life continues to go on very beautifully. You see, everything continues to move as it has always done. It's just that the mind was coming and taking credit or blame for what was happening. See? Now, without this, you see everything as a beautiful unfolding. everything will be unfolding very beautifully. By the way, I want to tell you both which Maura will be a little more happy with me hearing than Nick will be, maybe. Yeah? Neutrality. Neutrality is what we are talking about. It is not plan or no plan. Because even when we say no plan, it is planning not to plan. You see what I'm saying?
Right?
A
Yes.
no plan is a plan not to plan. So it is neither planning, not no planning. It is neither of those. It is the neutrality of the allowing everything to come, including the appearance of the plan if it has to, or the non-appearance of the plan if it doesn't have to. You see? So we must not plan to not plan or plan to plan.
Right.
The mind cannot fathom this. The mind
I
cannot
know.
fathom this. And you
It
must
will
not
never
feel like
understand.
and you must not feel like now I have a plan to tell him something. Because it is not
Yeah.
that also. It is just a simple neutrality where everything is allowed to flow by itself. You see? So it is neither walking left, not nor not walking left. It is a simple allowing. And then you will see that it is this presence, it is grace, which is taking care of everything, including the planning or not planning. So you don't have to burden yourself, even with this idea of whether to plan or not. It is none of our business. It is for presence to do. You see? So no aversion to planning and no desire for planning. That is neutrality.
Thanks, Ananta, for pressing that one, because it really is one of my sensitive buttons. But having you said that, and she'll pinch me afterwards if I don't talk about it now. So there is such a beautiful space in being empty that this one here, to be quite honest with you, does not feel at the moment any plan for anything more than what's being given to me and what is unfolding. And now that you said that, I'm very aware, perhaps more than before, but I think there was a certain effort to not plan. But now, for example, Maura's come and everything, so things are taking a different course. You know, they're naturally developing towards moving to a small little apartment, and and these things are the changes that are happening. So I do understand where you're coming from. I'm open to that. I just want to say that I'm pretty clear that what you're saying about not planning and not planning, So I'm open to the flow, but I just wanna undermine that. This is one of these funny characteristics about finding one's presence and self, that you're so happy with so little that there's no great ambition for anything. For example, I'm a good artist. I have no ambition that is so strong that it wrenches me out of the presence and takes me off into some gallivanting future of stardom and money, and it just doesn't happen. However, using that expression, using that example, I'm starting to doodle again. I'm starting to very timidly kind of play with little drawings and stuff. And this is what I'm saying. It's coming by itself. There's no desire and there's no desire, but there is at the same time there's no stress about leaving the very presence of this moment, And so of course I'm tremendous. This is interesting because having lived so many years with the expressionism and vivid experientiation of Osho and come to realize now that he, in fact, has brought me to the simplicity and exquisite beauty of Ramana Maharishi, which is, there's not so much necessity to jump around and experience, and it's been done, it's gone. I'm more happy with just being,
Yes.
you know? So, you know, from the outside, it looks, oh my God, he's lost his bearings. You know, he used to be such a colorful guy, and he used to live everything and be the total Zorba, the Buddha, you know, and now he's become a good for nothing, you know, you know. But it's not true. It's not true. I'm much happier in being. The food tastes nicer, the air smells sweeter, I can hear the songs of the birds, and at the same time, there's no one here that is expecting something. It's just like we talked before, you know, when I was with Tony Parsons, I understood his message to the extent that there's no Nick here to be seeing what's happening. It's just happening. It's just happening. My God, it's wonderful to not be here. It's just happening, you know? And so I just want to make that report that it's become ever so clear here that, and you know what, at the end of the day, who the hell cares? Who the hell is here to care which direction life goes? You know, I'm done, I'm finished. I don't have a survival instinct anymore that says, oh my God, I'm going to get lost. Because I can tell you, to be more lost than I've been, I think it's impossible. So if anything here is found or said to be found, it's this. It's just thisness. It's a relaxation of just being, you know. There's nowhere to go. It's just here. This is it. This is it. You know. This is it. You know. You know. Mauro was saying, "Oh, so you're enlightened, you know? Oh, so you got it." And I said, "No, suffering still happens. I still wake up in the morning with a bad back pain. I still I get my buttons pushed by you when you say, oh, but should we stay in the tent today, or should we move to the apartment? Or, oh my God, oh my God, when it rains, you know, and I'm just saying, whoa, wait, just stay in the moment. It hasn't rained yet, you know, we're being taken care of, we have food, what is the problem? Where is the problem? And it's mind, it's the thought, you know, as you say, don't believe your next thought. And as soon as you catch the next thought, you can see it's trickery, it's total, it's a lie, it's a lie. Yes. He's trying to bring all your personhood up again and go, see, I told you, you know, and fear comes and the body trembles, and I'm telling her, my body still trembles, my body still pains, but I am not the body. I'm not this pain. So I'm getting this clarity, you know, where the distance is being created, where there's enormous gaps between any kind of invasive thought or mind. And the magic of it, Ananta, is that it, more and more and more, magic and grace and beauty happens. And more and more and more, the inflictions of mind and the tests, you know, that life provokes you with to see if you're awake, they also are fewer and fewer and fewer. and to talk about this to someone who is just impossible. It's you know, it's impossible. So this is a joy that I can only share with you and with beloveds who are listening, and you know, and to encourage, you know, that just stay with not knowing, just stay in the vulnerability. You know, this for me is key. Just stay vulnerable, stay open, stay innocent, and stay in the I am presence, and everything will dissolve, everything will melt away, everything will resume its eternal, deathless. That's it. Death is a myth. It's a complete myth. There's no such thing as death. There's no such thing, you know.
You know, this reminds me of something, and maybe most of you have heard this story actually. But many years ago, before I met Guruji, I used to go to Ramesh Balsekar. So one day I asked Ramesh that Ramesh, this question, who am I, and this inquiry, and these contemplations, I'm so attracted to them, and I find so much beauty in them. But how do I explain to my wife? Because I ask her to look at this together, and she's just not interested because she's talking about her day and what she wants to do tomorrow and these things. And he said something which really helped me a lot. He said, let her come to you when she has a question. Don't try to convince her of something. Don't try to change her mind about something. Just don't do it. And especially between partners, you know, I've seen that openness is very, very rare, especially to questions like, who am I? Especially if when the relationship started, it wasn't based on this kind of urge for self-discovery. When later one partner finds this urge is there, the other one naturally does not feel inclined to it. You see, and if little bit is there, that is also grace which is coming. So I have an offer for you. You don't try to convince her about anything. Let her come to the satsang once in a while, and we will work together with her and see how it goes. How does that sound?
Well then, let me tell you that I hear you loud and clear, and that has been perceived here as well. And we have a 8-year relationship of tremendous intimacy and love and very joyful innocence, and in that space we naturally come to what you're saying now. So I'm happy to say this together in front of her, and she feels that very much, and so yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. You have beautiful, I can see already between the two of you, very beautiful something you have among yourself. So don't mess it up now by trying to convince her about something. I know. I also know the temptation and the urge to bring those who are close to us to the same seeing that we are happening, that's happening for us, the unfolding which is happening here, the dissolution of the personhood. I know that urge very well. But usually when you try to move that way in a relationship which is of partners, of equals in a sense, then something reacts to this sense. Like my wife would start feeling like I'm trying to become her teacher or something like that, which she didn't enjoy so much. So it's very good that if she can come to satsang, and I'm sure I already sense a lot of openness in her to look. You see, I'm very happy if we can look together a few times and you can just play with each other, enjoy your life, what is going on. It's very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you, love you, Ananta.
Love you, my loves. Thank you. Okay, let me catch up with the chat a bit. Han said, "Thank you, Father, for a so strong and beautiful satsang." Thank you, my dear. And Anilji wants to come. You can come, my dear.
Namaste, Bhagwan.
Namaste, my dear. Namaste.
I'm feeling a bit restless for a couple of days. The forces of the identity, they are very, very strong. And I'm caught up in the mind play and the intellectual understanding of the concepts. Like, how nothing becomes everything, how everything becomes nothing, and all that
Yes.
stuff. So I think I got into reading the books on Advaita. And I think there is some kind of an expectations, the same kind of a like checklist kind of a thing.
Checklist.
And if I so all these things, they are not my natural state. My natural state is if I it is not even the I amness. My natural state is simply nothingness, no thoughts, nothing, and it is pure tranquility, silence, and that is where I want to be all the time.
Yes.
And for whatever reasons, I told you, like for last 4 or 5 days, I have not gone out of the house, my apartment at all. I have not gone out.
You have been what?
I
You have
have
been
not been going. I have not been going out of my apartment for
you have
quite
not
some
been
time.
going out. Yes, yes, yes.
So somehow, this like I don't want to learn anything now, including the satsangs. Everything just bypasses. Today I was listening to one Papaji's satsang, and he said that in satsang there is nothing to be remembered. The memory does not come in the picture. And
Yes.
same thing Bhagwan Muji also told me. So I seem to be, having some kind of a forced seeking now.
Yes.
I'm tired of, even this game also of coming back home.
Yes.
I feel very exhausted actually. I don't want to play this game of coming back home also.
Very good.
I just want to be with I don't want to do anything now.
Yes.
And somehow whatever be the reason, in fact, any amount of rest is less for me
Very good.
because when it does not cause any sensations in the body does not get tired, and there is less attention to the physical body and the mind. And with the rest, everything comes into the equilibrium home. So I want to ask, still there is still, in fact, a very strong identity. And around 10 years back, when I was with the Kundalini Siddh Guru, and she told me in such a authoritative language that you are too attached to your body, and like the mantra, in fact, it has gone down deep into every cell of my being. So I'm not able to shake it off. So every time, like if there is a disturbance from my natural state, uh, I feel that I'm too attached to my body. And there was a very good satsang by Omkar today. I don't know if Ramana Maharishi talks.
He was broadcasting on the Advaita channel.
Yes, yes.
Oh, very good. I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
It's a very good thing, in fact. And he was talking about, Manonasa. Everything falls into place at the right time. You just think of it, I want to know this, and it is there.
Yes.
It is there. Everything is happening perfectly, perfectly timed, and everything is happening perfectly off. So I just want to ask now, should I just, मैं अपने में मस्त हो जाऊं क्या? Should I just get,
Yes. Yes.
huh? Is there,
Yes.
I mean, unnecessarily, actually, I'm dragging myself. My mind does not want to think. It has become incapable of thinking. It has become incapable of doing any job. The memory does not work. I mean, it says, why don't you give me a rest? I want
Yes.
to die. I say, no, no, you cannot die as of now because I still want to play with you.
Yes. But you're tired
So
of dragging the seeker around. You're tired of dragging the seeker around. You let it go. It's very good.
then actually, in such a state, I mean, the words do not matter. I have so many questions in my mind as of now. I was reading, Ramana Maharishi's book today, and there is so much, confusion in that. Muji ji also uses words, interchangeably: consciousness, awareness, super consciousness, supreme, and all that stuff. It is such a spiritual noise, actually. It is such a spiritual noise. Immediately, like, in the wink of an eye, I can go to this that there is nothing, and there is total quietness, peace, and it is so nice. It is so nice. Even the word is not felt. The word is not felt, and I don't care the word is there or it is not there. I don't care whether the thoughts are there, the body is there, or anything is there. I don't have to do something like this. Like, something is happening on the screen of the consciousness and all that stuff. Nothing. Once, one big step, and I'm in the awareness of nothingness. That's all. There is nothing. And if I continue this state, I go into samadhi also. So what am I doing actually in satsang and other things and reading the books? And I feel like, as if like it is the silence before the storm of the death.
Hmm.
Like it is slowly happening. It is slowly happening, and I'm quiet. I'm very quiet. No problem. So let it happen. These kind of images, they come.
Yes. So I'll just say something about this. All this form which is appearing as the master and the forms which are appearing as words are pointers to the formless, which you say that it's very apparent to you. The formless reality that you are is so apparent to you that the need for words is not so much now, which is completely fine. Nothing wrong with that, because the point of the words, all the sages have said that these are thorns, these are pointings. They're not the reality which is being spoken of, because reality cannot really be spoken of anyway. So it is about your discovery which you are talking about, of course. So you can drop all this gathering of spiritual concepts and ideas and reading things, all of that can fall away. Don't pick up any fresh new spiritual idea also. Not needed.
In fact, there is no desire left to even know the truth or the reality.
Yes. Because when you're experiencing the truth for yourself, then to know it mentally, what joy is there in knowing it mentally? Nothing.
But at the same time, there is so much anxiety. You know, all these mental disorders are there. OCD is there. The obsessive thoughts and all that stuff is there. And there are medicines which have side effects also. All those things are also there.
Yes. But
So
they're not bothering anyone, because you are not suffering from any of this. They are just appearances in front of you which are coming and going. You see, we might have a concept sometimes that, oh, because I'm free or I'm getting freedom, I'm getting insights about who I truly am, then my car should never break down. You see, so the body is just like an expensive car, no? Very precise, beautiful instrument which is there, but the body is just a body. It will break down. All these things will happen. Different expressions of consciousness have different afflictions on the body. There is nobody, at least nobody that we can credibly say had a body forever with no afflictions. There are bound to be. So you have this variety. It's okay.
there was a time like when these kind of experiences are not new to me. Uh, they have been there for decades, but I thought, and the resulting thing was that I lost interest in everything, and this was misdiagnosed as a depression. Around that time, there were hardly any medicines for the depression,
Yes.
and I started questioning, why, what is happening, why this is happening. So I got engaged in the mind loop, which was not required at that particular time. Somehow I was not ready. Otherwise, the help was always available. Somehow I was not ready. Maybe I just wanted to play a bit more. I feel like, that clarity of the mind is gone. Now, I, c- it is just impossible to think now. If I do any contemplation with you and if I watch it, I sometimes wonder, in fact, I spoke those words.
Yes.
So I will continue to come in the satsang, of course. There is no doubt about it. So I have four instructions now. The very first instruction, which I got from Bhagwan Muji, is that you don't touch the eye. He
Yes.
told me, don't touch the eye.
Yes.
And then he said, next year satsang, he said, just be silent. you remain silent. And then next year, he told me that you just remain in the heart. And fourth is coming from you that I should keep on attending the satsang. And as you have told me today, I should just drop everything.
Much is okay.
Can you hear me, Father?
So,
Actually, your voice is breaking and your video is also frozen.
yes, yes. Looks like it's good. Okay. Be back now. Did the lights come back? I think they did. No, let's try. Yeah. Maybe did we disconnect from there? Did we disconnect the AC? Okay. We can put it back on. It's come back. The lights come back. Okay, we lost electricity here for a minute. That's why.
I can hear you, Father.
You can now, no? You can?
Yeah, I can.
Very good, very good,
Yeah, okay. The video is also clear now.
very good.
And Shivani is saying Idia he.
Hey, yeah, wait till you come.
So I continue like this.
Yes. It's very good.
But the fear of the death is still there. I mean, this identity has not gone anywhere.
No, your audio was not very clear, my dear. The fear of death, it's okay.
Okay. What I there is still too much samskar stuff. I mean, they are still there. Lot of them. So when they come up, actually, there is a whole garbage inside. There is so much stuff. There is so much stuff. So if I start sifting, it will take me many lifetimes. I just want it to be burned like, like a, just blow it off. Just blow
Yes.
it off. Nothing remains. What you say as the white fire. I don't know how it will happen. I don't know how it will happen. Will it happen with NASA? Will it happen with Manonasa? But Manonasa is very easy actually. Manonasa is very, very easy. Manonasa is nothing actually because you're talking about something which does not exist at all. So something which does not exist, it is so simple to actually, where is the need to kill it? Where is the need to kill it? One thing I want to ask, Bhagwan, that is, you say there are only two ways. One, Maharishi Ramana says there are only two ways. One is the complete surrender or the self-inquiry.
Yes.
It is not like 50-50.
No, I was
And
saying not half.
being,
Yeah. It is not. It's possible for us to have the sense of surrender and self-inquiry. Both are possible. What I said was, it cannot be this half surrender that, oh, you are the doer, but I am the experiencer, that all the good things you are doing, but all the bad things I'm doing, or all the good things I'm doing, but the bad things you are doing to me. This is half surrender, you see. So if we surrender, then just surrender. Everything is God's problem, Master's problem. And if the surrender is not happening, then better we self-inquire and find out who we are. That's what I meant by not 50-50. Not that we cannot do both. We can do both. We can be surrendered and we can have the inquiry.
okay, that is a good clarification. Thank you. So, still, when somebody says you are God, you are God, it just does not go down
Yeah.
because of maybe it just does not go down actually. So, Whitefire also says, burn me until nothing is left other than God. What is your perspective with respect to yourself? Do you feel you are God?
Yes. I feel that God is here, and ultimately I witness even God.
Yes, that is fine because I amness is God. I amness is God, and
Yes.
higher than God is nothingness. So this is my direct experience, and seeing this or being a witness of it, or rather witnessing it, that experience is also there. But God has attributes. I-ness God has attributes or not?
You say you witness it, so you can answer.
No, for me, there is no God. There is no God because God is still the forms actually what we. I think probably I should use the word deity, not the God. I
Ah,
should just use the word deity actually. So the witness of the God actually is a very delicate thing, and I can see that I am awareness or witnessing. But when somebody says, "Look, you are the witness of the God," how can I be witness of the God? No. God is higher than me. You know. So how to break this belief? Because this belief is very deep embedded in the Indian culture, or I think probably in any culture. So how do you break this belief?
yes.
This is the very big. big obstacle actually.
Okay, okay. So when we let go of all beliefs, then even this belief does not stay. If we are still believing ourselves to be something, if you are believing ourselves to be awareness, which is higher than God, or if you are believing ourselves to be higher than Atma, then that belief will get pushed around with former beliefs, old beliefs, other people's beliefs, beliefs in books. You see? So, but when we have dropped all beliefs and when we are relying on only our direct experience, then no belief can shake what is direct experience. You see? So don't have to counter any belief, don't have to work with any belief, don't have to believe any new things. Just remain with your direct experience and all beliefs will get washed away on their own. What is the use of any belief? Just to either convince yourself or convince someone else. No point. We've left all that far behind now. You see? So even this conditioning will go. We don't have to be in a rush for anything at all. Just rely on your direct experience, and then even this belief is not required.
Actually, Father, I could not hear your voice at all.
Okay, is it like that for everyone, or you can hear? Okay, okay. So I feel the answer is there. The recording will be there. So if you can look at
Okay,
it, then
okay,
we can continue our conversation after that.
okay, okay. No,
Okay.
no problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
When you say that you are a witness of the God, then how does the surrender come? I mean, I've seen you applying tilak and other things on Navaratra. I've seen you applying tilak and on Navaratra. So, I
Tilak
mean,
Navratri. Okay.
on the very first day of the Navatras, you are applying tilak.
I
You had this
Okay.
tilak.
Possible, but I don't remember it, but it's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Last time I was because she invited us for satsang there, and her grandmother had put some tilak on us. I remember this one, but it's possible. I have no aversion to any tilak or something.
so how does the surrender happen to? I mean, once you are witnessing something, so does the ego come in that like you are the supreme now? You have realized the highest state, whatever you call. So why should you worship God? But I've seen bhajans and other things. They are just happening naturally. So can you throw some light on this?
Okay, okay. So this is last point we'll look at before I know Asima had also said she wanted to come up. So if the sense comes that I am God, or the sense comes that I am that which is higher than God, but if it is taken personally, what does that mean? It means that I have come to the realization that I am God, and therefore now I am something special, or I have come to some special realization. You see, then that is false. The realization is that this is the way it has always been, and there is nothing special in this because there is nobody here. There are no people, there is nothing special about this. So it is God Himself playing personally, and God Himself coming to the recognition of God's own source. So God playing with Himself. What is there to feel special or egoistic in that? Nothing is there. You see? So this, if it comes like that, if it becomes conceptual, the I am person idea is replaced by an idea that I am God, or an idea that I am higher than God, then that idea will cause more trouble than anything else in this world. If we feel that we suffered personally, then there is no higher way to suffer than to suffer from the concept of the person coming to a realization of being higher than God. You see? So this is called a spiritual ego. Realization is just this simple sober seeing that all there is this awareness within which even the play of consciousness happens. Then there's nothing special or extraordinary about it. You see? It's as simple as this. It's simple checking and seeing, who am I? Nothing extraordinary in this. So it is not Ananta who has come to the realization of who he is. Ananta has never existed actually. That is the realization. Okay, thank you, my dear. Asima can come. She's been waiting for some time to come.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Well, a little bit. Say again.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, my dear, we can hear.
Oh, so good to see you, Father.
Same here, my dear.
And also so good to see the Sangha that they're still there in Bangalore. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I just want to share with you this, that it's happening here these days because I don't know, I find myself here in a house all alone and in a small village near Saj to do, and anyone to see, nothing, no one to see, no one to speak to, and very in silence.
Yes.
And somehow life has provided me with this now. Even have the will or the interest to be in satsang with you guys, or also like with Muji. I don't. I mean, they invite me sometimes and I went, but now it's like 1 week that Saj is very like closed, so it's like this. And there's just this to be quiet and look inside and just experience here. And but I somehow joined today because I'm like want to see, like, want to hear from you, like, what do you think about, like, do you think it, what do you feel about this, like, is it okay? I just feel like to kind of train to be empty and to drop whatever it's in the mind, because mind of course find anything to be busy. And the more I stay in silence, the more I'm alone, the more it is like this, no? It's kind of going a bit crazy, and I'm dropping this. So going out for walks, just walking and just be by myself. So I just want to hear, what do you think? Thank you.
Very good, very good. So, just to find out a little bit, because I haven't seen you in a few days, this sense of wanting to be by yourself can come from the sense of the individual existence, or it can come as an intuitive sense also.
It's very into, like, the person that doesn't like so much to be alone, and it's feeling bored and want to have someone here to sometimes, to enjoy or to talk to, but it feels good. It feels that it's something that is happening on its own and it feels right somehow. Right, like it's like the time to really look inside myself and not always drinking from satsang, and I feel there's a lot of resistance for that.
Yes, good.
But also, I want to check about this thing about like being or not in satsang. I just get bored. I'm sorry to say this. I'm not saying this with arrogance. Just it's honest. I just get bored about like listening to other people things, and I don't know. It's kind of a distraction.
It's very strong satsang. To come to satsang and wanting to hear master speak, but very strong satsang to hear when the questions are on and on and on. But even this is an opportunity to check, isn't it? You see? So sometimes I can also notice the energies of boredom, or even the sense that why doesn't this person just keep quiet more or something like this. I can sense that energy and I still somehow feel to let it play out. Just because that is also pressing some buttons, which are not, because otherwise we say, I'm so open, I'm so open. I'm so open to life. So open to life. I'm open to everything. Anything can happen. Someone can come and chop my head off. The only thing I'm not open to is these long questions in satsang. You see, so our openness really gets tested when people are coming with reports and testimonies and long things, questions. You see? So sometimes I let it play out, and sometimes we say, okay, stop. So today, I just want to check within myself. This is very good. So check within yourself now and tell me who you are.
I am the witness of this. Everything that is happening.
You are the witness, and what does it look like?
If I have to be honest, there's before getting to the space of the formless, I feel there is like an I, like the person who wants to be the witness, and
there is a person there who wants to be the witness. But is there really this person there? Is there actually a person there?
Father, I don't know anything anymore. I don't.
No, it's simpler than that. There's a bit of a lag. That's why we are not able to just talk easily. But what I'm saying is that we don't need to know anything for this. It is just this idea that there is a person who is trying to be the witness. Either it is experienced now, or it is not experienced, or it's just an idea. It must be one of the two, isn't it? Have you found such a person who wants to be the witness? resisting the question. Something like, just tell me whether I'm supposed to be by myself and look, or you know, yeah, something is not enjoying this question, no?
um, like I'm kind of I learned one day, and from that day that I discovered this, I'm doing this more and more, but it's not stable, and it's like just dropping everything, because there is this sense of I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm avoiding maybe your question, but I cannot. I cannot focus on it. So there's this sense of doership, and then I just drop everything, and I'm feeling so good, like that's silence and emptiness, like so good. But then there's something like I found it, and and also I'm not sure if it feels like kind of avoiding satsang or avoiding looking, but it feels so good for the first time in my life, maybe to just I can drop this, like I can drop everything, and I'm good. So I don't know.
Yes, that's what we need to check a little bit. You need to check on that a little bit, because many times in India, especially, you could find that many leave their houses and go live in a cave because they say we want to be at peace, we want to be alone, we want to just be with the self. But actually, what they want to do is avoid the world. So it can be coming from there. But sometimes there's also this very natural sense that I just want to be with myself. I just want to experience myself. You see? So if it is coming like this, you say it is coming intuitively. And yet, when we try to look for this, look within yourself right now, something feels a little bit not happy, or just something is resisting the looking. You see? So maybe you can just tell me, so when you are alone and you're looking inside yourself, how does that feel? Does that also have some resistance, or that is free?
So, after some time, I like when I start meditating, when I start looking, in the beginning is resisting, but if I stay, then there is a moment when everything drops, and it's like, okay, I'm in the moment, no, I'm in the now, and there is nothing which is a problem or a fear or even an identity, maybe. I don't know. Everything is right in the sense of like everything is okay. And like as I told you, like it's good to be like this, I feel. But now in a short while I will have to go to work and this, so it's not an avoidance because I have to be there in the world. So
Yes.
yeah, I will do it like very soon. I don't know. It's just. Should I continue like this, or you said like there's some, I don't know, something that's not.
Yes. What is it that bothers you about satsang? Is it, be honest, is it just the questioners, or is it also something is saying, oh, but it's the same stuff again and again? I'm not really getting it. I better sit with myself. What is it? Mental stuff which is coming like this, or what is it really?
No, it's not. It's not mental. It's okay. If I have to be honest, like the satsang, like I don't know why, but every time I open this satsang, there's someone speaking like really, for a long time, and then I'm just bored. I'm sorry. And then I listen a little bit, and then like, but I just want to see your voice, to hear your voice. But then there's someone else speaking, so I say okay. So, and I'm listening to other things, Muji, Papaji, but not so much.
Actually, sometimes I just feel like we have made it so much harder than it is. Actually, there's nothing really. You're here now or no? You're here now or no?
Yes,
What else is there?
there are some fears that comes from future that is for the future,
So the fear which is coming,
and
the fear that is coming, is it really touching what is here now? Is it really bothering that?
no, but like mind is trying. It seems like really going a bit crazy with this.
Yes. And does that mind going crazy, does it affect what is here now?
No, but it's not like I have to look and just confirm that it's no. Because the state, which is like, I have to make some effort all the time to like, no, okay, I'm here. I'm not that, I'm this. Because it's very easily, the attention very easily goes to those things. Like I wake up and it's like, already. So I have to put that attention on the presence, and okay, there is nothing, it's okay. So it's all day long like this. So after taking back the attention and in this big house all alone, so it's like a bit strange.
So just leave your attention fully free right now. Let's see what happens. Leave it fully free. Let it go wherever it wants. Let it go to emotions. Let it go to thoughts. Let it go wherever it wants. Don't try to control your attention at all. Let whatever is appearing appear. It's okay.
There is nothing as usual.
Actually, it is a lot more trouble to try and control attention too much. If you leave it free, then it is very naturally attached to what we are. It is not doing anything. As long as we are not believing any ideas about ourselves, the movement of attention cannot make us suffer.
Yes, I believe a little, like I follow a little bit, like when attention drifts,
Yes.
it goes off, I follow for a little bit, and then I start to think, and I think it's true, and I have to find a job, and blah, blah, about these things, but it's not important, the content, it's like, it always finds something, like in every moment of my life, it's like this. Something that seems important in that moment.
What are you believing about
Yeah,
yourself?
just
Anything that you're believing about yourself right now is not true. Anything.
yeah.
That you have to be alone is not true. That you have to be in satsang is not true. That you have to get a job is not true. That you don't have to get a job is not true. Nothing that you're believing about yourself is true. Are you okay to be without anything? Any of these stories?
I'm very good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very good.
Then so much freshness
It's
in the now. Then so much freshness in the now. No, anything can happen.
yes, yeah, it's so good. It's like I just want to stay like this, but then
Even this is not true. Even if you believe, throw this away also.
okay.
Even this, I want to stay like this. The one who says this can never stay like this. And the one who's staying forever like this cannot leave this like this. It is always like this only.
Because staying like this is like the absence of someone.
The absence of the non existent one. The someone never really existed, you see. And you cannot become unaware. You cannot stop being. So you're always staying like this. This is your reality. It's your original state. Even if attention is going here and there, you are only this. It is only what you're believing yourself to be, only what you're identifying yourself to be, that causes this seeming movement or this seeming suffering. In fact, you cannot leave. You don't have to stay. You don't have to try to stay. Try to leave and show me how you left.
It's just the ideas that disappears, like that they don't that are not here, but the one or what is here is always here. There's not this
Yes.
thing in.
Yeah. So now if you drop all the ideas, and for you it should be easy by now.
Sorry?
I said that if you drop all the ideas, then now for you it should be quite easy to drop the ideas because you've been in satsang so long. Don't play with any idea. It's no fun anymore. Then you don't have any conclusions also. You cannot say tomorrow I want to go to satsang or not go to satsang. Every moment is fresh. You have no idea about yourself. You're making no conclusions about yourself. Every conclusion is a trap.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Father.
So welcome, my dear.
So if you don't see me in satsang, it's not out of arrogance or out of I don't know. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's you find more you or
Huh? Say again.
for some
Maybe
time.
maybe what?
I feel that being away from you or Muji, physically away, it is strengthening the presence in my heart of you and Muji.
Don't make any conclusion, including this one.
Can you hear me? I speak too much.
No. It's just that this one also can be a trap. Even the most glorious conclusion are just traps. Don't know anything. You say, it's better I don't know anything. You see, then don't know even all these things. Be without
Yes.
any idea.
Yes.
Then don't know whether you'll be in satsang. Maybe after tomorrow, you feel like being in satsang every day. Or maybe I don't see you for a long time. Both are a wonderful appearance in this movie. No? Yeah. We don't know anything at all.
I don't know. Yes. Feels so light
Yes.
like this.
Yes.
So open and
Exactly.
thank you, really.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, it's been a long satsang, but one Robert has a question which I want to take. So he says, so how to move out of the very troublesome idea that the ego takes on as I am God, or troublesome idea that the ego takes on as I am God or I am presence. Yes. If that is what intellectually has happened, yes. I often refer to this as one of the trickiest tricks of the mind, which convinces you, finally tries to convince you that I am itself is a person. You see? And it also tries to convince you that I am God as a person. But when we come to this recognition of the presence, when we see that being is here, we find that there is nothing personal about this presence. There is nothing special or arrogant about this presence. It just simply is. It is just being. You see? So if it is left with like this, with no specialness, no arrogance, just as a seeing that presence is here, you see, then this is our direct experience. It is not intellectual. That's why I've given you this question, can you stop being now? When we look at this, we say, can you stop being? Can I stop being? It is clear that being is here, presence is here. I exist. This sense of existence is not an intellectual inference, you see. It is direct experience. And this will not lead to arrogance because it is also seen that it has always been this. There is nothing special in this. It is not dependent on any thought or idea I have about myself. The presence is not even dependent on the idea I am presence. It is not dependent on the idea I am God. It is just here. It just is. So we don't have any need or any use for even the idea I am God. Just we stay with our direct experience of what is. And then the presence itself rids itself of all these ideas about itself. If something needs your belief, then know that it is not true. Because truth does not need belief. That's why I keep saying you don't need to believe anything I'm saying in Satsang. You can just check for yourself. You don't need to believe me when I say the sun comes from the east, because you can check for yourself. So all of what is shared in Satsang is just pointing you to check for yourself and to see. So when it is your direct experience that I am, then is there any need for the thought I am? There is no need for the thought I am. When the presence itself is directly perceived, no thought is needed, no belief is needed, no knowledge is needed. You can actually throw everything away. And that which cannot be thrown away is you. Yes, yes, you can come.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
Namaste.
Namaste, namaste.
So, as I'm taking all of this in, and it's feels very clear and understood, and then it comes up as well. Is this personally taken? Is it personally understood? Or is it? And there's a lot of clutter and noise.
Yes.
And as of recently, the thoughts and ideas to travel and be close to Mujiji have come up, and I even read a Papaji quote yesterday about if you can find a master in a physical form, do everything you can to be in his presence until it is seen that you and master are one.
Yes.
But take advantage of that. And I don't want to get too personal, but yes, the personal situation has been financially burdensome, and maybe Mikey has explained a bit to you. I'm not sure how much you've talked about it. Yeah, but this urge is still there, and I can't tell if it's personal or if it's grace just pulling and pulling, and I kind of just wanted to expose this to you finally.
Very good, very good. So if the urge is true, then the fulfillment of the urge is also the problem of the one that has created the urge. If the longing is true, then it is also the problem of the one that created the longing to fulfill the longing. So grace is taking care of all of this. If grace has created the urge for self-discovery, it is also going to provide all the tools which are needed for you to come to the fulfillment of that recognition of the self. There is nothing that you have to do mentally to figure this out. You don't have to make any plans also. You see? If the urge is real, if the urge for self-discovery is real, and of course it is because you have been in satsang a few times now, therefore something is there which wants to discover, to recognize its own source, then nothing phenomenal can get in the way of that. And even if the world seemingly is resisting that, it is actually giving you only fuel. It's only giving you momentum, fuel for this fire, you see. So collect whatever fuel you're getting and throw it in the fire of your self-inquiry. And in this way, we use all appearances to transcend these appearances. We use all thoughts to transcend the thoughts. So don't have to worry about any of this. Grace itself is taking care of this. It cannot be that grace gives us the urge for self-discovery, a true urge for self-discovery, and then leaves us without the means to figure it out, means to see it for ourselves. So as Robert, there is nothing you need to do about it. As God, you are already doing everything. And as the witness of this entire play, you are actually completely unconcerned with any of this.
It seems like like these things have been heard so much, like
Yes.
over and over and over, that it's almost been taken. That's where that question I wrote to you came up. Like the idea has been taken for years of sitting in satsang with Muji,
Yes.
and it's like reached a point where it seems so intellectual that I just don't know what to do. Like put effort to pull back, completely no effort, continue inquiring, drop it all. It's like there's a barrier of understanding, it seems.
Yes. If there's a sense that I can do or not do something, all you have to do is not believe your next thought, no matter how glorious or how terrible it might seem. That's it, actually.
So what if the thoughts are like from the waking moment,
But this is
just
also a thought. This is also a thought. I just said don't believe your next thought. I didn't even say all thoughts. I just said your next one. The thought itself comes and says, but what do I do about my morning thoughts? Yeah.
something just wants to keep asking questions and saying this and this, and I'm just watching like there's nothing other than not believing it.
Yes. It's as simple as that.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Can I just say one sentence?
Yes, my dear, you can, of course. You can say
I
two.
just want that too. I so much enjoy this inquiry altogether. I just have to say that, and I'm just very, very grateful, and I love you.
Me too.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. I love you too very much. Very good, very good. Thank you. Okay. Thank you all so very much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Mujiji ki Jai. Thank you, my dear.